Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear Muslims. With the recent call for the Palestinian statehood, there's a few factors that is very important for us as Muslims to realize. First and foremost, the Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, a Muslim is not a person who gets stung in the same hole twice. But yet we have a situation here. For over 60 years, we have been repeatedly being stung in the same place. So it's about time that we take heed. It's very important for us to understand, brothers and sisters, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us a Quran, and in the Quran lies the solution. In the Quran lies the cure for any ailments that we may have. It's been said in the Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول وأولي الأمر منكم فإن تنازعتم في شيء فردوه إلى الله ورسوله. O you who believe, obey Allah, obey His Messenger and those in authority amongst you. And if ever there is a dispute amongst yourself, refer back to Allah and His Messenger. And that is a divine methodology, not the roadmap to peace, not the solutions that people have to offer. Sadly, we see that the alleged authorities in the Muslim lands, in Palestine specifically, whether they go by the name of Fatah movement or they go by the name of Hamas, whenever they divorce themselves from the divine solution, divorce themselves from the Quranic or the Sunnah solutions, then there will always be problems. So now they go to the UN looking for recognition, looking for statehood, and they go to whom? None other than Barack Obama, none other than the Israelis. And it's a known fact, after years of peace negotiations and discussions, nothing's come about it. Because we seem to forget who the Americans are. The Americans recognize themselves as a Christian country, and Israel recognize themselves as a Jewish country. And regarding them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said in the Quran, O you who believe, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, la tattakhidhu yahudu wala nasara, awliya ba'dum awliya ba'd, wa man yatawallahu minkum fa innahu minhum. O you who believe, do not take the Jews or the Christians as supporters. Do not go to them with your begging bowls, because whosoever goes to them, he is one of them. Meaning, whenever you go to them with the begging bowls, they'll fill it up with nothing but poison. And that's the disease, the illness that the Muslim has been facing for a very long time. The methodology that they follow, the UN, is the same methodology of the Quraysh of old. Before the birth of the Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, it was known that they used to make their own idols with their own hands. And whenever it suited them, they destroy their idols or they eat their own idols. And this is the same situation, same reality we see with America and Israel. They claim themselves to be the champions of peace, champions of humanity, champion of human values. Yet they're the same people responsible for the enslavement in the apartheid state of Gaza, where the Muslims for many years have been blocked from any access to fresh supplies, to fresh food, to electricity, to oil, to any of those basic necessities that every human should have as a right and not as a privilege. We see what's happening over there. We have not forgotten the incidents of Muhammad Durrah. We haven't forgotten what Ariel Sharon did. All those events in history goes to show, no matter how many times you go to them, they will never give you anything. And now they themselves eat their own idols. Those legislations that they make in the United Nations are nothing but to serve themselves. And whenever it suits them, they use the veto card. And that is exactly what Barack Obama is doing. And that is what he's going to use the United Nations for. So we need to realize they're Muslims, not go to them, but rather we refer back to the Quran and Sunnah, because only there is a solution. There is a mechanism that Allah SWT has given us in the Quran via which we can have solution, via which we can establish our state, via which we can have our security. If you don't refer back to the Quran and Sunnah, then every year there will be people going to the United Nations, and every year the United Nations will return back with the same answer. Wa sallallahu alaihi wa sallam Muhammad walhamdulillah rabbil alamin.